'cause you never really know when he'll want you to go. Might even be before the day is through.
Viva 124.
Settling the score.
Settling the score. We have a bone to pick with you guys. No, we don't.
No, we don't.
Because it's the new year and it's a fresh start. And,
yeah.
you know, we're ready to watch some movies and get into it. You will not see behind us, but you will see if you come into the store. We do have staff picks of 2025. So come in and check those out.
It's a big section.
We have a bunch of other cool little sections that are new across the store, witches and terrifying children's movies
for bad kids,
etc., etc. We got good old Rob Reiner up here and other people who have passed.
Yeah.
You know, just a barrel of laughs here at Scarecrow Video. So come in and check it out. Any other updates? Or are we just kind of getting into the groove?
I think we should wade right in.
Let's wade into these waters.
Kind of like when you stomp on the grapes, you know?
Oh, can we put that scene from I Love Lucy in here?
Sure. Hey, that's almost like you.
So last time, I believe that vengeance was yours.
Vengeance was mine, and this time, vengeance is mine.
Again?
Yeah. So you guys, when I was looking up last week's movie, Vengeance is Mine, I came across some other Vengeance is Mine titles, and a couple of them sparked my interest, and I will be talking about the second one I watched today, because it stars Ernest Borgnine. You've seen this.
I have.
I saw it on the internet that you've seen this. This is called Vengeance is Mine, but it's more popular name, so I'm not quite sure why we have it as this name, but it goes by on the internet Sunday in the Country.
I'm number one in line to get to heaven.
From 1974, directed by John Trent. It takes place on a countryside farm in Ontario. Ontario?
Ontario.
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 Yeah, something like that.
It's the Italian town of Ontario.
Ontario, Sicily.
Yeah.
All right. The actress Hollis McLaren plays Lucy, who has just come back from college to her old grandpa's farm, old grandpa Ernest Borgnine, where he and their farmhand and their dogs and their cows all just hang out in this small countryside village and tend land and live a simple but honest life. All is well. Ernest is a sweet grandpa. He wishes Lucy would turn down her rock and roll music on the radio and maybe wear a longer skirt to church.
Put some clothes on, little lady.
What's this? Cooking with a book.
You make it sound like it's a crime.
Well, it is a crime.
They end up going to church on a Sunday. On the way there, they see a couple people broken down on the side of the road. It's their friends, and they're like, oh, we can't stop and help you right now. We'll help you change your tire if you're still here on the way back. And they hear on the radio that there are 3 bank robbers that are in the vicinity, and they're armed and dangerous.
Ruh-roh.
Hi, need any help?
Oh, no, thanks. It's all fixed.
Good.
Those 3 bank robbers, we get the nice mix of the old criminal, the crazy criminal, and the leader guy criminal. The crazy criminal is played by Michael Pollard from Bonnie and Clyde and House of 1,000 Corpses and everything in between. And he is fantastic and has the most like psychotic laugh, and he's like the real unhinged one. He does really well in this. They come back from church. They don't see their neighbors on the side of the road anymore. They come back from church, and Ernest Borgnine hears that those friends were murdered. So he knows that these bad guys are in the vicinity. So he goes to call the local veterinarian because their cow is giving birth, but he realizes the phones are cut. So he's like, and he's all like kind of taking this in real quiet and everything and not trying to upset his granddaughter. But we see him go around the house and like set up his like shotguns in different places around the house. He ties up his dogs and he tells his like farmhand guy to just like stay in the barn until I call for you. Like, don't make yourself known around here. So we can tell he's like getting ready. And he sits down, he calmly eats his lunch, and then when he sees these bad guys coming up to his land, he tells his daughter to go upstairs. And the older one, or the leader guy, who we think is the leader, he knocks on the door and he takes out his handgun, and Ernest Borgnine just blows him away with a shotgun. in this huge, like, gory fucking mess, and then you know we're in for a good time. So the rest of the movie is basically Ernest Borgnine, like, reverse home invading these guys and keeping them captive in his cellar, like, on meat hooks and shit, and just talking about, like, frontier justice and, like, giving them, like, a taste of their own medicine while his granddaughter's like, you need to call the police.
For God's sakes, Gramp, you're not the law.
No. But they could learn a lesson or two while they're here.
What kind of lesson?
I'm thinking on it.
They need to learn a lesson, and who else should give their lesson but me? And he has this, like, the whole, like, Ernest Borgnine, like, he's very, like, a kind behind the eyes, but he's also, like, it's kind of, like, crazy. There's, like, a lunacy behind there that makes this, like, kind of scary. Kind of just gets crazy, and it's really violent, ultra gory, and it was a gem to find. Really like this movie, all about, like, homegrown justice and morality conflicts, and there's some good dog attacks in it.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It was a good unexpected find for me, for sure. So if any of that sounds appealing to you, Vengeance is Mine or Sunday in the Country. I think it also goes by Blood for Blood. Any of these names, real fun stuff right here. Check it out.
There comes a time when a man has to do what he thinks is right.
You may know that I really like the female written literature of the 1800s and early 1900s. Your Jane Austens, your Brontes.
Yeah.
Somewhat contemporaneous, although not really, was your Edith Whartons. And you may be a big fan of the movie The Age of Innocence.
Yes.
This is, in my opinion, just as good. Terence Davies' 2000 adaptation of Wharton's The House of Mirth.
Oh my gosh. I literally just added this book to my read list for, like, this year. And I really like Terence Davies, too.
This is a tremendous movie, and if you like Edith Wharton, I highly recommend The Buccaneers.
Okay.
Anyway, Gillian Anderson, the great luminous Gillian Anderson.
So beautiful.
Plays Lily Bart, who is kind of like a socialite, but she's not really. She's not rich. She sort of lives off the largesse of others and is, kind of like a friend of the social class.
To grow richer, at a time when most people's investments are shrinking, strikes me as being in very bad taste.
But society still uses such money, if only obliquely.
If obliquity were a vice, we should all be tainted. Only someone without family could make such a vulgar remark.
And Julia?
You are my family.
But she is also very determined to live life on her own terms. She wants to be beholden really to nobody. Unfortunately, she finds herself not only in a position where she wants to have a lot of agency over her own life, but she's sort of not eligible to be married. And the one person she is in love with, Eric Stoltz's character, he's not of a proper class.
Why do you make the things that I have chosen seem hateful to me? If you have nothing to give me instead.
No, I have nothing to give you instead. If I had, it should be yours. You know that.
Over the course of the movie, she ends up falling victim accidentally to the machinations of Dan Aykroyd, who originally...
Hate when that happens.
I know. Aykroyd himself, who basically offers to invest some money for her, but when the sort of investment pays off, he basically says, well, now you have to sleep with me.
I must insist that you call me a cap.
Suppose I won't. What then?
And when she won't, now she owes him like thousands of dollars. And it throws her basically into penury. She becomes an element of scandal in society. There are various opportunities for her to extricate herself from this situation, but that would mean sort of throwing someone else under the bus. In the case of Laura Linney's character, she's having an affair. Gillian Anderson has proof of this with some letters that she purchases from someone who's trying to blackmail Laura Linney. She decides not to release that information. She could blackmail Laura Linney and get that money. She doesn't do it. There's a couple of other instances of the same thing happening. Meanwhile, this other rich guy who has genuine affection for her, played by Anthony LaPaglia, they keep crossing paths, and he keeps trying to help her, but she refuses his help.
I've done very well. I've placed Wall Street under obligations that only Fifth Avenue can repay. And I know that the quickest way to queer oneself with the right people is to be seen with the wrong ones.
And at the end, this is ultimately a tragedy about a woman who dies alone and unloved because she was unable to live her life on her own terms. It's an excellent and very sad story, mostly, much like The Age of Innocence, about the sort of emotional violence that we inflict on people, or that this society inflicted on people that did not live up to this arbitrary standard of how one was supposed to conduct themselves. If you like any of this kind of thing, this is an excellent example. Davies, of course, one of the great British filmmakers of all time. This is kind of a hard one to see. I think it's only on DVD. There may be a Blu-ray coming soon. I'm not sure. But this is a beautiful film. It's very well photographed. It's very well acted. It's very patient, very quiet, very calm. It never sort of descends into histrionics or like high-spirited emotions. You know, the emotional weight of it is all very... it's all very heavy, but it's all very quiet. It's an excellent film. I feel like it kind of gets forgotten in the face of Age of Innocence, which is, you know, inarguably a masterpiece, but this is just as good. And Gillian Anderson is just, she's tremendous in it. I love Gillian Anderson, as we all do. Please, if you can find a copy of it, watch The House of Mirth.
I thought you were so fond of Bertha.
Oh, I am. It's much safer to be fond of dangerous people.
All right, our dog movie this time is Jim Henson's Dog City.
Dog City. Everybody wants to go, yeah. Dog City.
I actually have been watching a bunch of Muppet stuff. I watched the newer, like, Haunted Mansion Muppet movie, and then I watched 2 Christmas Muppet movies, and the Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
A classic, a stone
and
classic.
now this, so it's just been lots of Muppets.
This was
lately.
Originally an episode of the Jim Henson Hour.
Yeah.
Which was the version that I watched, so it had like all the other Jim Henson Hour stuff in it too, so that was nice to see.
I watched this standalone, so a little different. But this was from 1989, the year of my birth. It's all dogs.
Yeah.
We get brought into this world with Ralph.
Well, this is it. Dog City, where the dogs are raining and the cats are nervous.
Because we know him, we love him.
He's kind of the narrator.
He's kind of the narrator. He's on the piano. He's like the piano guy in the bar, and he's kind of every now and again he'll look at the camera and be like, you know, do a joke or something like that. Starts off strong with a good Dog City theme song that I can't recall off the top of my head.
Dog City. Everybody wants to go. Dog City. Everybody in the night. Put your bag on. Who wants to go? Hurry up, bro. Everybody wants to go.
But you'll probably hear it.
I really like one of the songs has a rhyme in it, and the rhyme is bitch.
Don't care if he's a big dog. I don't care if he's rich. He'll be my ever-loving puppy, and I'll just be his.
Welcome to family programming, folks.
Yeah. This gets it gets a little like racy towards the end.
A little racy,
too.
yeah.
Because this takes place in the 1930s, and it's kind of like this gangster movie where we're introduced to this dog named Ace U.
But this stranger was none other than our hero, Ace U. That's Ace U, get it? Boy, if that isn't a setup for a gag, I don't know what is.
And his Uncle Harry, who we find out later is his dad, just passed away and left the bar to him. The bar is called the Doghouse. That's where Ralph plays piano.
When Ace shows up, we get a Who's on First routine with the bartender.
Maybe? Who wants to know?
I'm you.
You're me?
No, you. Why you?
Why, yay.
Look, it's simple. You is me.
You is you?
Right.
So who is me?
It's great.
But another person or another dog who's looking for you is them.
Yes.
Bugsy them.
Bugsy them. That's right, folks. Yet another cheap joke name. Bugsy's such a major gangster, they print the same newspaper story every day and you just fill in the crimes.
And he's a big bulldog, and he does a Brando impression.
Great.
That's the way I operate, see? Senseless violence got me where I am today, and don't you forget it.
The dog puppets are awesome.
Dog puppets are big. It was one of those things where it's so rare to see that kind of like artistry now that I had to like pause and just like kind of step back and be like, these are puppets.
Yeah.
Like, these are people are puppeteering this, and these are all like miniature like sets and all this. You kind of have to remind yourself almost of the craft at some points because it's such a world that you're like, no, these are just like guys.
The craft is incredible, but it also has the patented Muppet dad joke pun.
I know a guy who knows the writer. Ace gets killed in the next scene, and Colleen runs off with a duck and a hang glider. Honest.
Normally I'd argue, folks, but my mother always told me to let sweeping dogs lie.
Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot tell you how much I love this shit. There's no kind of this that I don't find funny.
So the dog who got the bar is now indebted to Bugsy them because he's like the mob boss and he collects from this bar. It's one of his like stop-offs. And you doesn't want to do that anymore. If he's running this bar, he's going to run it honest. He said he'd even he'd even just donate it all to charity is what he said.
Fine. From now on, you'll donate everything you earn to the Keep Bugsy Happy Fund.
What's that? Part of the Silly Tail Society?
Throw the mob a bone.
That's not gonna fly with the mob. So it kind of becomes this tale as old as time. Like, we gotta stand up.
Tale as old as time?
Nice. There's one part where this assassin guy is following Colleen.
Yes.
I think.
The femme fatale, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know I'm not gonna do anything violent.
Well, what are you gonna do then, Ace?
Well, what can I do? Can't fight, but I won't sit still for it either.
You won't what?
Sit.
But like sit is a command, so the dog like sits and then he gets like hit by something. It's like that guy goes on for a while, which is really funny.
I can't get enough of it.
There's a car chase that's actually really
cool.
Impressive because it's an actual car
this show was like a weekly variety show, kind of like Muppet Show.
Yeah,
but it was different. You know, there was like different stuff every week, and part of the thing was they were experimenting with new digital editing and special effects and stuff. So that's why there's a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a really sick car chase.
This is actually directed by Jim Henson.
Yeah.
Looks like you reached the end of your leash.
You don't scare us. You and your inbred buddies and your stupid tail can go sit and spin on a pooper scooper for all we care.
And then it ends in a marriage proposal.
Yeah, it was great. And it's like 40 minutes long.
It's 40 minutes long. It was an action-packed, very impressively done, kind of wholesome, feel-good.
And then there was a cartoon series.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How was that?
I don't think I've ever seen it. I just know it exists.
Nice.
I think it ran for like 3 seasons.
Underseen. I'd never even heard of this, so that was kind of fun.
I think I probably watched this when it came out because I remember watching that Jim Henson Hour every week when I was a kid.
Yeah, this was a fun little like 45-minute puppet dog canine caper.
That was pretty sick. Certainly the best dog movie we've watched in a while.
Best one all year.
It's true. Yeah.
How many paws?
I'm gonna give this 3.5 paws.
I'm also gonna give it 3.5 paws. Not 4 because it didn't hit the emotional beats for a 4-paw movie, but not 3. 3.5 is just great.
No real notes.
It's like 3 and a tail. Yeah, I like that. Next time, we are going to be watching a classic.
A legit classic.
A legit classic. We're going to be watching Disney's animated Lady and the Tramp. Look at them. Spaghetti. Please roll the dog father spaghetti clip, Rich.
Of course.
Excited to watch this. It'll be a good one. I think it'll be a nice follow up to Dog City.
Yeah.
Ever hear a sheep laugh? It's a mean, evil laugh.
All right, that was 124.
That's great. Out the door.
124 out the door. I think that was a really solid episode. I'm really excited for the year to come and all the movies we're going to watch on Viva and all the mailbags we get from you guys and all the new Ranch vs. ROMs and the missing pieces and everything else that is going to come our way. So keep watching movies.
Vote for Ranch vs. ROM.
Vote for Ranch vs. ROM.
Was Get Over It was the ROM.
Yes, and The Night Before was the Ranch.
Two losers, so pick the lesser of two evils, I guess.
Yeah, or maybe, you know what, maybe you like one of them.
Yeah, maybe you will.
Donate to Scarecrow, become a member, check out the store if you're in the area, or you can always rent by mail. We love you guys. We would love real mail. Yeah. And till next time, Viva Physical Media. See you later.
That's bad. You're a bad dog. Bad dog. Bad dog.